Hey, hey. So your accounts are all set up and ready to go. But before we jump into transactions, we have to make sure we're properly following rule one. So we're going to give every dollar a job. And we do that by answering the question, what do I need the money I have right now to do for me? All right, let's get started. Okay, so we added some accounts. Some of them already have funds readily available for assignment. So let's go back to the budget. So this green area at the top here, our ready to assign prompt, it's going to show us all of the money that do not yet have a job. So the key here is that YNAB does not care where the money is housed. So this will be the total amount of money you have from every spending account that you have linked or added manually to YNAB. And you have to tell those dollars where to go until you reach zero. So you've already identified what you need them to do by getting clear on your budget categories. Now you just have to give them a job. Okay. So now there are two ways of you can assign money within YNAB. So you can assign money manually by typing in each amount under the assign column next to your category. So let's just go ahead and do that. You can do 350, 200, 55, 350, 280. Boom. Okay. You can also manually assign by selecting the assign button next to your ready to assign amount here at the top. And you're going to choose manual. So the amount that you want. So let's say we're going to put the 500 and we're going to assign that to the fund category. Okay. So just so you know, YNAB is like a giant calculator, right? So you can add, subtract, whatever you need to do. So if I was doing this manually and I added too much to fund by mistake, so let's do that. Let's say 250. I did that by mistake. We can always remove that, and that amount will just go back to ready to assign. All right. So another option is to assign money automatically. So you can select the assign button next to your ready to assign amount here at the top, and you're going to choose underfunded. So what this does is it assigns money automatically based on your target. So this underfunded button and this one, they accomplish the same task. So either or would work. So you're going to choose underfunded. You'll get a quick preview pop up that shows where every dollar is going, right? But don't worry, you can always adjust this later, and I'll show you how to do that in a later video. You'll also notice this prompt at the top telling me that I have one category that will be partially funded. So if I didn't have enough to fully fund every category with this ready to assigned amount, YNAB would prioritize and assign money based on the due date that I set as my target. Okay, so let's assign. Awesome. So I'll also show you how to reset this. So if you've assigned money and you somehow want to start over, you can select the reset assigned amount here. And this will move all of your funds back up to ready to assigned. Okay. Another option to assign money is by single category or category group. So you can select a number of individual categories and like a category group and then choose underfunded. So YNAB will assign money only to those categories, right? You still want to make sure when you're assigning money that you're ready to assign has to go down to zero. So you want to be careful with that one. All right, let's go ahead and reset the assigned and give every dollar a job. Boom. So now you successfully budgeted to zero and gave every dollar a job. But before we go on to transactions, I just want to quickly note here, if you're finding you're not able to fully fund every category in your budget every month, you may need to be a little more honest with yourself about your priorities and adjust your budget accordingly. So maybe you'll realize you need to increase your income or adjust your lifestyle a little bit. And I just don't want you to get discouraged, right? That's okay. That's why you're doing this. You can be aware of your blind spots and you want to take back control of your finances. That's also why it's important to only assign the money that you have right now. Okay? Now let's get back to those transactions.